Hi, everybody. This is Dory Epstein Ransom here with Be Great, Aligning Business Strategy with Soul and Spirit. And we're really lucky today because we're here with Dawn. And I'm going to let Dawn tell you her last name. Because I'm not sure if she adds it all together or not. So this is Dawn. She's one of our Be Great speakers, and she's just a dynamic, full of great energy, just truly an amazing woman and a really talented entrepreneur. And so I'm just going to let her tell you about her and what she's doing and her involvement in the Be Great conference. So Dawn, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dory. So I'm Dawn Gibson. I go by Dawn K. Gibson. I am a licensed clinical social worker and a psychospiritual counselor, and I help you be the woman you want your daughter to become through sacred body wisdom. And what that means is I help women with daughters mainly. Of course, I have moms with sons, and I also work with women who aren't moms, but that's mainly who I work with. And I really help them tune into the truth of who they are and break generational patterns that they don't want to pass down to their own children through an integrated form of what I've pulled together of my own strengths, which includes I'm trained in body-centered psychotherapy. So I use the body-centered techniques as well as divine feminine dance. I went through a training in a dance called Koya. It's Qoya. And I found that Koya, along with the body centering and the diving deep to the core issues through the physical body, as well as using the divine feminine dance to release, has been really impactful in helping women shift really, really quickly. And so I love what I do, and it's really, and I can't wait because that's what I'm going to be speaking on as well. And I'm going to be taking people through some of those exercises. So I'm really, really excited to offer the experiential aspect of my work to people.
Oh, I just got chills.
It's so fun. It's so fun. It's one of those things where, I've always had a challenging time describing what I do because it is so experiential. And it's one of those things where until you go through the process, it's kind of hard to really understand. And I think a lot of people probably have work like that, especially people who, do healing work and transformational work and things like that. You can talk about it all you want, but it's just one of those things that you have to experience for yourself to truly embrace it and embody it.
So what's the youngest girl you worked with?
The youngest girl or youngest woman?
The youngest girl.
The youngest girl, in this way or just in my career over the
In this way. It's fascinating.
Gosh, I haven't done, my daughter, I guess I would say, she's 10. So she does a lot of this stuff with me.
So when you work with people, is it working with a mom and daughter duo, or is it working with the mom and then she goes back and it's just her shift?
This is her shift because what happens is, so it's really about working with the mom because the mom has the power to change only herself. And in doing that, she has a ripple effect on her daughter and on her sons and on her partner, if she has a partner, and her friendships and all of those things. And so when she makes those shifts within and she transforms her own patterns, then she's not going to pass them down to her child because it's all about the modeling. When we model self-confidence, our daughters are allowed to do that as well. When we model self-care, our daughters are given permission to take care of themselves as well. And so when we shift our generational patterns, our anger issues, resentment, sadness, anxiety was one for me that I had to really shift because I was noticing my daughter was starting to be an anxious child. And so that's kind of what prompted a lot of this. So I had to take a look at myself and make those changes and then help her shift from her anxiety, which, yay, I've done. Success, she's 10. So I feel like, yes, this work could be really powerful for girls and I want to do a mother-daughter retreat at some point. So I love that you brought that up. And my focus right now is on the women because they have such an impact on their children.
Absolutely. How old is your own daughter?
So I have two. I have a 4-year-old daughter and a 10-year-old daughter, and then I have a 7-year-old son.
Wow. So yeah, changing those generational patterns, certainly not an easy thing to do. And most of the time we don't even notice what we're doing. So
exactly. And that's where the body centering comes in because it takes you into the physical sensations of your body and you can see where you're holding fear, anger, sadness, shame, guilt, all of those things. And then in diving into that that place in your body and really being with that, a lot of those unconscious patterns become conscious. And that's my job, right, is to connect what's happening in your body that's unconscious into consciousness, bring into consciousness, so then you can see how your old crap is impacting your relationships, your marriage, your parenting, your work life, and you can see the type of people you're drawing and attracting into your life that's helping recreate those unconscious patterns and start making more conscious choices around them and setting better boundaries and things like that with people. So
yes, it's such needed work. And I mean, everybody could use the work that you're doing. So what does it look like to work with you?
In what way? Like, you mean group, individual, or do you mean?
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you have to offer? Like, what are your offerings right now?
So right now I'm doing a free class. I'm offering a free class. It's 8 days to heart-centered receiving. And it's an experiential course, and it's going to bring in these aspects of the body centering and the Koya dance and things like that to help shift energy, to get you on the path. Obviously 8 days is a long time to be, or not a long time to shift years of patterning, right? But it will help people get more awareness in terms of how they are more in their masculine than they are the feminine. And then
has that launched already? Is that already like done?
It starts, I've been marketing it the last few days. And so it starts on September 28th and it ends October 5th. And I also have a 6-month group, and I'm doing an online version. And then I'm also doing a local version for people who live in Austin or in the Austin area. And that's called the Sacred Wisdom Circle course. And it's an experiential course for moms. And so that is going to take people through ritual. We do this beautiful despacho ceremony at the beginning, and we end with a despacho ceremony. And then we also, there's a lot of ritual, creating sacred spaces in there, but then also getting into the emotional patterning and shifting those, and then doing a lot of movement, getting more into your feminine, your divine feminine, sensual self as well. And then I have one-on-one work that I do with clients as well in the same way. So the body centering along with the movement. But I don't see as many one-on-ones as I used to. And I still do that work as well.
And is most of it online?
I would say it's a combination. So it's a nice combination. So the 6-month program, there's coursework that's online. So they get the coursework every week to every 2 weeks. And then we meet on Zoom for the online people. We meet on Zoom every week for an hour and a half. And then in person, the Austin course, they also get the coursework online. And then we meet in person every week as a group. So
there's lots of options for people to connect with you in the way that works for them too.
Yes, absolutely. I'm making it as accessible as possible, but still maintaining the integrity of the group and the work that I do, because I want it to be impactful and I want people to experience the shifts and changes that they want to experience. So
yeah, that sounds so exciting. So how long have you been doing this kind of work?
Wow. So I feel like this has been a process. I mean, I've been doing I've been social worker or working in the mental health field for 16 years. And so I feel like what I've learned through those years is integrated into what I'm doing now as well. And then I did the I took the Hakomi body-centered psychotherapy training probably 8 years ago. I had gotten pregnant with my son during the training, and he'll be 8 now. And so I've been doing the body centering for quite a while. And then I felt like the movement piece was missing over the last 1.5 years, 2 years. I've been percolating, like, how am I going to incorporate that? I'm not a professional dancer. I love to dance. I used to go out dancing all the time in my 20s, as a different kind of dancing, but still probably sensual on some level. But yes. I'm like, okay, how can I, as a 43-year-old woman, bring dance back into my life and not have to go out drinking for it? So
I hear you.
Yeah. So I did the Koya training last year, and then I would say really over the last year, all of it has just come together in this beautiful package and perfect alignment for where I am in my life and what I'm wanting in my life and what I do in my own life, and actually bringing that into my work life now. So all of these things are things that I have been doing for myself for a long time. It was just a matter of being brave enough to put some of these things out there to the general public, So
yes. Yes. I was just at a class yesterday offered by a fellow B schooler, and there was, people that I've only met online there, and some people that I did know, but that was one of the things that we were talking about. And so we get it. We get it. And being authentic. I mean, it comes down to you've had this journey, and you are now standing in alignment, beautiful alignment with who you are, and you're letting that fear go by the wayside. There was one of the girls yesterday that was talking about how to present her new course, and she was talking, so the way she explained it to us was about being able to eat, sleep, and poop in a good, healthy way. And we love that. And she didn't think that she could actually use those words to describe it.
But it's real. I mean, that's authentic, right? I mean, that's
authentic
with each other.
Well, it was great because she walked away feeling like, oh my gosh, so much more. And her whole program, she was advertising it as a weight loss program because that's what people want to hear. Right. And we're like, no, don't do that. Like, advertise it as how it works for you and what you're trying to bring, because people need that. And so you being authentic in your work and, bringing that dance component in, like, how fun is that? And people, we want that.
It's fun, and it can be very intense too, because some of the dancing we do is dancing with the shadow, or dancing with, your fear, or dancing with these different, but then you also get to dance with the other piece of that as well, like what you want to explore, what you want to express, how you want to feel, and what you want to embody. But one of the things that struck me that you were just talking about too is, and this is one of the things that why I love group work and why I love this particular work, especially as women are exploring being in the feminine, is the witnessing. Sometimes it just takes someone else witnessing you in a loving way with kind eyes, and bringing women together who truly support each other and are there for each other, and who want to lift each other up rather than constantly, because you hear about people competing and stuff, but I don't hang out with those people anymore. Right. And I feel like that's part of creating the sacred space, is bringing women together who are really truly there with loving eyes and understand what you're going through, and can say, yes, I get it, and here's what I see, and they can express the reflection they see, which is obviously within them too, because we're all reflective of each other, but they can express that to you in a way that maybe you weren't able to see it beforehand. And I think that's beautiful. I love that she was able to walk away feeling empowered in that way, because she was witnessed by other people,
Absolutely. She was empowered to stand in alignment and really bring what she has to offer the world, not in a way that she thinks she's supposed to, or that she thinks she should, but how she's really the gifts that she was given to share with other women and change their lives.
In a way that feels good to her.
Yeah. Well, Dawn, I love what you're doing. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm going to explore it more. I want to check out your 8-day course and
can come to my talk, Dory. I know you're going to be so busy. Are you going to be able to even go and do anything fun like that?
I hope so. I hope so.
We'll be there to help you. So.
Oh, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the women that have come on board in this journey, the Be Great journey, and the support and the love is just amazing. And like you said, you don't hang out with the mean girls anymore. Like, we're not allowed to hang out with the mean girls anymore, because we're not mean, and we are full of love, and we are full of support, and I was just talking with Kirsty Stevens, another speaker, this morning, and we're just talking about how we're all climbing together. That you look over, and there's one of, there you are, Dawn, right on this side of me, and over here is Kirsty, and some of us might be a little further up, and some of us might be a little further down, but then we reach our hand out and help our sister up, and that's the whole philosophy of Be Great, is that it is all about lovingly supporting each other in our journey, helping us to bring out our greatest gifts. And you're doing that, and that's so exciting, and it's so beautiful to watch, Dawn. I just, I can't tell you how grateful I am that you're a part of the Be Great event itself. So why don't you tell people where they can find you?
Well, I feel grateful for you allowing me to be part of this event. So thank you.
Oh, yeah.
So they can find me at dawnkgibson.com. And if you want to join the receiving course, and this is really just helping you get more into the feminine, because it's just as important to receive as it is to give. And so it's dawnkgibson.com/receive. And you can.
I love it. And she will be a speaker at the Be Great event, October 23rd through the 25th. And you can get information about that at begreatcon.com. And if we don't see you sooner than that, we'll see you October 23rd through the 25th. So Dawn, thanks again for being with me today. And yeah, I can't wait to see you next week.
I know. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.